Hey, people. Right. I will get better at that. This is a take two because I did record something, but realized because of how my brain's wired, I said something which I was thinking about something else. So instead of saying what I meant to say, I said something else. Anyway, this video today is specifically for this. I picked up this to go towards my arrow collection recently. I do this, by the way, the angle, because otherwise you're looking at a screen. So, there we go. How about that? That's better. Mark of the Devil, 1970. This film, what spurred me on to buying it first was in one of the Facebook groups I'm in called Arrow Video Trader. There was a person in the US selling the DVD only, pardon me, for $15 and about $10-ish shipping. Now, that is obscene. If something is available, you do not overcharge like that, because that's just ridiculous, especially for less than half a product. There's no case, no inlay. Collectors, who are the ones that buy these, would buy this. They'll look at that offer and be like, yeah, right, nah, not bother. The only feasible way someone will buy it would be because they need a replacement disc, but even then, nobody would pay obscene prices like that. Rant over. I decided to go get that. I'd never seen it before. I'd heard rumblings that it was a good film, that it was on the video nasty list, it was quite graphic, obscene. I'd also heard things that people basically brought up that it used ridiculous advertising campaigns to get more people to get in the seats, basically, which is one of the reasons apparently it beat out The Witchfinder General, which was the Vincent Price movie about witch trials, which is essentially what this is about. It's about witch trials. The Witchfinder General in this is Mr. in the Middle with the Needle. And I watched this. I watched it, I think it was 2 nights ago. Could be last night. I can't remember. My brain isn't wired properly. You'll have to forgive me. I'm here, there, everywhere. As with all our releases, the extras you get are absolutely ridiculous. I've got a picture up on the other screen, which I will show you, because I tried in my first take to show you the back, but it doesn't focus properly. So, in Mark of the Devil, I recognised instantly two people. I recognise, if I can get it right this way, Herbert Lom, and I butchered his name multiple times the first time round. I think it's Kier or Kier. It's spelled Udokier. Now, how you pronounce that name, I don't know, and I apologise, mate. But I recognised him mainly because I'd seen him in a few other things. The one that really stuck out to me would have been Blade. He plays the head vampire of the council and wants everything to be pure blood, and ends up by... I can't remember his name now. Is it Stephen Dorff, the one who plays him? I can't remember. But the main bad guy in Blade, the one that mutates and all that bollocks, he tortures the council during the film. Spoiler alert. Basically puts them out and they all get... So that's where I mainly recognised him from. And I thought, I recognised him from a few things. And then I realised he was in End of Days as well with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he's been in a few things. Herbert Lom has been in a couple of things. I just can't remember them. I think he was in Asylum by Amicus. as he was the puppeteer, the guy who transported himself into his puppets, and unfortunately his puppet gets, which results in his death. But I can't remember anything else he's in. So after seeing it, I got shocked that I recognised those people, especially such a young Erdo. I don't know who these two are. Apologies for that. Amazing film. Amazing film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is a witch trials based film, and there was a couple of directional choices I thought were a bit off. Like one of the choices of tortures. I think it's named the Chinese water torture, but the performance of, I think it was Adrian Hoven. Doesn't say his name on the back here, I don't think. No, it doesn't. He was the original scriptwriter. Michael Armstrong took over from him, which is why it only says directed by Michael Armstrong. I would have preferred, actually. The film itself was great. The whole film, I enjoyed it. There was an original idea for the ending of the movie. I would have preferred that. But again, the way Erdo explains in the extra on this, an interview with him, he says that it was a bit too out there for the time. Bit too wild. It wouldn't have been... They don't know if audiences would have accepted that. So I won't go into too much detail because I want you to buy this. I want the people who watch this, who love old vintage horror like Hammer Horror, Amicus, that sort of stuff. You will love this. I do think you should watch it in the English mono because it comes in English and German mono. I watched it in the German because it's the native language. It's one of those things where I will watch all my foreign films. I'm a native English speaker, even though I was born in Wales. Slap myself. I've always spoken English as my first language. So when I say foreign, I mean if a film is made in South Korea, it will natively be South Korean. And what you find with a lot of Asian movies, actually, Korean, Taiwanese, Japanese, Chinese, they all have, at least filmed in the native area, they will all only come with their native language plus subtitles. Whereas I think if it's an American production, it may have an English audio track, but most of them aren't. So this, again, German. So I watched it in German. I enjoyed it. I would say if you're used to reading along with movies, my friend Tristan calls them read-alongs, you will enjoy it. Still get all of the satisfaction of the movie, like I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I know I've said that multiple times now. Buy it! It's a good film. Quickly, I wanted to bring up this. In this, I got it because, like I said, I paid, after seeing that stupid ad, I paid £9, buy it now, and got £1 postage, which I don't mind. You got the book, you got the DVD, your Blu-ray. Yeah, that's better. The alternate artwork, which is the one that I always keep or prefer to keep. I put this on one of my Facebook groups. It's called Home Video Boutique. It's specifically for the cult labels like Arrow, Severin, Blue Underground. Top of my head. There's a few of them, and what I often find that when I want to say something, it starts and then he goes, "Nope, you're not having it." But yeah, I made a post in one of those groups, the Home Video Boutique group, and you'll see it when it comes up here. I said, blind bought this off eBay for a tenner. 9 plus 1 postage. Heard good things. Is it a cult classic or does it have a niche following? The first commenter here, Mr. Adrian Smith. I'm biased because I wrote the booklet essay, but yes, it's definitely a cult classic. I did have a little bit of a exciting moment because someone who did something important for Arrow, one of my favorite Blu-ray cult movie things, commented on one of my posts. But yeah, that was excitable for me. As you can see, I Kier react. Someone said gorgeous soundtrack, which it is. It's a very good soundtrack. A little bit of both. Probably a great flick either way. But yeah, here I'll go bring up this picture because this shows you a better image of the extras you get on the back. I'll leave that there for a minute so you can have a good read. I don't know how good it will show up on the video, but last thing I will say before I sign off. If you're going to mail things out to people, I have a complaint. Don't mail Blu-rays out in this. This isn't what it came in. But I have received in the past Blu-rays and stuff like this. For postage costs of like £2-3, and they send it in this. No bubble wrap or nothing. This is a book. Just don't. I'll get to the mistake I made in my first attempt at now. This is what it came in. This jiffy bag. Now, I do gripe about these as well because they're still not... They don't secure and pad the Blu-ray enough. So, what I would say is, if you wrap the Blu-ray in a thin layer of bubble wrap. So, it's a thin layer of bubble wrap, so it softens it. Then put it in... Yes, it's... Oh, blade knocking things over. Then slip it in. It doesn't raise the weight of this much, and it gives it extra buoyancy. If it hits something, it won't damage the product. Now, my mistake in the last video, I intended to say wrap the Blu-ray in bubble wrap, but I'd said if you wrap it in Blu-ray, then the Blu-ray will help it. So if you get what I mean. Anyway, that was the mistake. So yeah, I don't mind paying postage. I honestly don't mind paying postage if it's properly cared and packaged appropriately. But for a single Blu-ray, you just need to bubble wrap around it, a thin layer, put it in a jiffy bag, and then send it. Because like with me, I have a very high... Say, this is where the letterbox is. About 3 feet down is the laminate flooring. And... I have to put something underneath to block things falling from getting damaged. So, with all that said and all out the way, this video is now over. I will chat to you guys soon. I have a video up which I originally recorded after my last one, but this is actually going to be a thing, so the timings are a little off. But I'll be uploading 2 videos. What's it like video and this video after I've eaten, which will be in a minute because my lovely wife's just messaged me. It's almost 15 minutes. Yay! This is a lot shorter than the other one. You guys take it easy. Like, subscribe. You rock. I will see you, well, sometime in the future.